Hypnotic presents a hypnotic super learning experience inspired by the book Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Sit back, relax, and just close your eyes. You're about to soothe your mind to a state of peaceful stillness, and you're about to soothe your emotional state into feelings of calm relaxation. And so as you listen to these words, just feel yourself relaxing further and further with each and every word. Become conscious of your breathing now, slowly, gently, and rhythmically. Begin to breathe deep into your belly. That's right. Breathe as deeply as you can, increasing the depth of your breath with each and every breath you take. And as you focus on this, you might begin to notice stillness in your mind. And as you continue to place your awareness on your breathing, breathing deeper and deeper into peaceful relaxation. As your breathing continues to get deeper now, it starts to slow down, and your thoughts slow down with them. As you drift, soothe, and calm your mind with each deep breath that you take. With every breath you let go of, you let go of your thoughts, you let go of your doubts, you let go of the tension in your body, and you let go of your resistances to whatever it is that you're feeling. And as you let go now, you find yourself in a state of inner flow. You are feeling calmer and more soothed in this moment. And as you breathe deep, deep, deep within you, deeper, calmer, more peaceful, more soothing. And as you become aware of how content and wonderful you feel right now, you know that this flow state gives you access to your super learning potential. Your breath has connected you to your subconscious. You are receptive to new beneficial information. Congratulations, you are now in a super learning state. Now, any suggestions or content from this Hypnotic audio that you hear, that you resonate and agree with, will be absorbed safely and effectively by your subconscious mind for your greatest benefit. Any suggestions or content from this audio that you don't resonate or agree with will be completely and safely ignored by your subconscious mind. If you give permission for this to occur, simply nod your head now. In your own voice, you now hear a powerful message that just because you believe something doesn't make it true. Every day, you now find yourself facing reality, holding yourself accountable, and pushing past the pain and discomfort to live to your fullest potential and find out who you really are. You feel a sense of joy and fulfillment in every aspect of your life as you refuse to be mediocre and you choose to transcend traditionally recognized human capabilities. You now easily write down all of your insecurities, dreams, and goals on post-it notes and put these on a mirror, using this time to make your weaknesses your strengths. You know that personal accountability brings self-respect, which always lights the way forward. Your mind is now becoming more and more receptive to the message that very few people like to hear hard truths. and that it takes courage and toughness to reach beyond your own perceived limitations. You now choose to accept pain as a natural process, and you refuse to give in or give up. Instead, you choose to fight and use adrenaline to go harder. Each day, you now feel a greater sense of peace and calmness because you can now identify and accept your weaknesses. You now use them as fuel to become stronger and better. Just consider how much you can accomplish now that you can develop an armored mind, going to the source of all your fears and insecurities to develop a calloused and bulletproof mindset. You are becoming increasingly aware of the power of scheduling a small amount of suffering into your day, every day, and how this can lead to finding the rest of your life waiting for you on the other end of that suffering. Your subconscious mind is now more open to the truth that if you feel like anything in your life is stopping you, well then the real truth is that you are stopping you. Every day you now find it easier to visualize yourself achieving victory by being your very best, even if you feel your very worst. You now realize that not all physical and mental limitations are real, and that many people are simply in the habit of giving up way too soon. You now easily refuse to see yourself as a victim of bad circumstances. And you know that all your disadvantages have been preparing and callousing your mind for achieving beyond what average people can achieve. You get better and better at doing something that sucks every day, using this time to make your weaknesses your strengths, and choosing between physical discomfort in the moment or the mental anguish of wondering if you gave up on an opportunity of a lifetime. Every day, you now find yourself remembering that everything in life is a mind game, and that any time we get swept up in the drama, large or small, we forget that all bad things come to an end. You know that unchecked fear will unleash a quitting mind, but now you choose to learn to love fear and relish failure in order to reach beyond your perceived limitations. It is now natural and effortless for you to develop an armored mind and reach beyond your perceived limitations. You now realize that when you face reality and hold yourself accountable, you can push past pain and discomfort to live your fullest potential and find out who you really are. Every day, you now schedule a small amount of suffering into your day to make your weaknesses your strengths, and you have the courage and toughness to reach beyond your limitations, and you refuse to be mediocre. You now easily identify and accept your weaknesses, and you use them as fuel to become stronger and better. You've developed an armored mind by going to the source of your fears and insecurities. In your own voice, you now hear yourself say, "Not all physical and mental limitations are real." Not all physical and mental limitations are real. You know that personal accountability brings self-respect, and self-respect always lights the way forward. You now choose to refuse to define yourself based on conventional terms, and you seek to transcend traditionally recognized human capabilities. You feel a sense of joy and fulfillment in every aspect of your life. You now find it easier to hold yourself accountable, facing reality and pushing past your discomfort and pain. You now easily refuse to settle for being mediocre, choosing to accept the short-term discomfort of physical pain instead of the longer-lasting mental anguish of wondering if you gave up on an opportunity of a lifetime. You now have an armored mind, refusing to give in, overcoming self-imposed limitations, pursuing your dreams using relentless self-discipline. And so now, as you process and integrate everything that you've just learned at a subconscious level, imagine yourself waking up in the morning and the first thought that goes through your mind is to get up with energy and determination. You start your morning routine, moving your body and fueling your mind for making the most of your day ahead. Next, you walk into the bathroom and you see the post-it notes that you've stuck to the mirror with your insecurities, dreams, and goals written on them. You scan the notes, pausing and taking a few deep breaths, contemplating and committing to how you'll face the challenges today with a stronger sense of purpose. You feel this sense of motivation, inspiration, and courage develop inside you, and it feels amazing. It feels like you are bulletproof. It feels like you can take on the world. Now imagine yourself going through your normal daily routine with more energy, determined to refuse for settling for less than your absolute best, and excited to reach beyond your own perceived limitations. You remind yourself that anything in life is a mind game, and you say to yourself, I refuse to let fear or doubt stop me. I refuse to let fear or doubt stop me. And as you go through your day, you push past the pain and the discomfort of any challenges that you encounter, knowing that personal accountability creates a stronger sense of self-respect. And just feel how much self-respect you have right now, knowing the commitment that you are putting in. You accept pain as a natural process, and you choose to fight the tendency to give up. Instead, you use adrenaline to go harder. You suddenly find yourself having achieved more that day than you ever thought possible. And it feels amazing, doesn't it? Suddenly, you're faced with some hard truths. But instead of getting defensive, you now listen. You consider, and you acknowledge that by hearing this, you have a great opportunity to grow and become better. You take a few minutes to reflect on what you've learned from this experience as you visualize how you'll take this wisdom to tackle the next challenge that you face. There is such a deep and intense feeling of joy and fulfillment that you get in every aspect of your life as you tap into this skill of self-discipline each and every day. And as the day comes to a close, you're tired, but you are deeply satisfied. You know that you have the ultimate power to choose your destiny, and that you've taken another step forward to finding out who you truly are. And as you consider everything that you've learned so far, you know that you're becoming increasingly aware of the power of your armored mind and the calloused and bulletproof spirit that you have cultivated. And because true learning requires repetition, developing stronger neural pathways and connections, this is your rapid recap of the wisdom from this book. 1. Take personal accountability and hold yourself responsible for your actions and decisions. 2. Embrace and learn to love fear and discomfort, to push past your limitations. 3. Refuse to accept mediocrity and strive to transcend what others believe to be possible. 4. Acknowledge and face your weaknesses and use them as motivation to become stronger. 5. Develop an armored mind by facing your fears and insecurities head on. 6. Embrace failure as a necessary part of the learning process and use it to grow stronger. 7. Refuse to let external circumstances define you or dictate your actions or decisions. 8. recognize that everything in life is a mental game and learn to control your thoughts and emotions. 9. Commit to the daily practice of self-discipline and suffering to become mentally and physically stronger. 10. Do not let the past define you. Instead, use it as a source of strength and motivation to become your best self. Congratulations, you've just completed the super learning of the core principles inspired by the book Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. Now that you've acquired this new knowledge, the next step is to find a way to apply that knowledge in a meaningful way. In a moment, when you open up your eyes, take a few moments to consider what's one action that you can do immediately to implement something that you've learned from this. Now, whether that's a small or a big task, it doesn't matter. What is important is that you do something. If you feel like you don't have the time right now, that's okay. Make a committed decision that you will do this at your next available opportunity, because the only way to embody what we know is through action and application. And that starts with one small step, even if it only takes you 2 minutes to do. So go ahead and make that commitment to yourself now, because you have the ultimate power to create anything that you have the commitment to choose. Now, in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. With each number I count, you'll come back to wakeful awareness, feeling wonderful, refreshed, and ready to callous your mind and reach beyond your own perceived limitations. 1. Start to notice sensations in your hands and in your feet. 2. Start to notice sounds around you and remembering to refuse being mediocre and to transcend beyond what others think you can achieve. 3. Take a deep, energizing breath in, knowing that failing makes you smarter and stronger. 4. Take a nice big stretch up and out. Recognize that everything in life is a mental game. And 5. Open up your eyes, feeling awake, alert, and refreshed, ready to use the concepts from Can't Hurt Me in your daily life and become a more disciplined and stronger person. Welcome back.